Hey, this is Jet from JechtSpencer.com, and today I'm going to be doing a book review for you. Today's book is How to Be Fucking Awesome! Sticking a Finger Up to the Law of Attraction and a Thumb Up to Action by Dan Meredith. And I felt pretty fucking awesome after reading this book. Dan in particular has a no-nonsense, no-bullshit approach, so I massively respected that. With that being said, what is this book actually about? Well, essentially in 11 chapters, he gives you the core fundamental ways to be successful in entrepreneurship. If you don't necessarily want to be an entrepreneur or run your own business, and you just want to improve your health, your wealth, or your relationships, which I assume is just about anyone, this book will help you as well. Most books that you read on self-help or self-development can be kind of like you're grinding your teeth, just so you can find those nuggets of gold that will help you in your life. And his particular writing style was very refreshing and very entertaining. So I didn't feel like I was necessarily reading something that was going to help improve myself. In a way, I felt like I was being entertained at the exact same time. If this is a book that you're looking for a nice little pat on the back, or a nice little stroke of the ego, or you're looking to manifest something in your life, or if you're looking for an esoteric way to get to success, this is not the book for you. This book ultimately will talk about hard work, persistence, moving forward, and doing the dirty work that nobody really wants to talk about when they talk about success in general. With that being said, what do I actually give this book? 4 stars. So let's get into it. Number 1, be selfish. He actually begins the book with a quote by Michael Jordan, and that quote is this: "To be successful, you have to be selfish, or else you will never achieve." If you have a goal, if you have a dream, if you have a desire, you alone are going to be the one deciding factor if that actually happens or not. It's not going to be your teacher or your mentor or your friends or your family, your brother, your sister, your aunt, whatever. They are not going to drag you kicking and screaming to get to where you want to go. It's going to come down to you, the decisions you make, the actions you take, what you're willing to sacrifice in order to accomplish your dreams. There's no one else that's going to do it for you. And you must be selfish on your path to glory, because there's going to be so many different people that try to drag you in 5,000 different directions, and they're going to constantly be either attacking you or pulling you away from what you desire most. It is up to you to keep your eyes on the prize, be selfish, and move towards your goals. And a big problem is that selfishness has this dark paradigm attached to it, as if being selfish is this somehow a bad thing. And let me just use an example. Let's just say you love golf, and all you want to do is play golf all day long, 8 to 10 hours a day. You play golf, you play golf, you play golf, you play golf. Sounds pretty selfish, right? All you're doing is playing golf. But the reality is you start playing for a while, then you end up becoming pretty good. Then you end up becoming very good. Then you end up becoming great. Now you can teach people how to play golf. Now you can be someone that people watch and they are entertained by you playing golf. And even though you started that creation, you started that hobby, you started that dream, you started that as something purely for you, it ends up becoming a gift for other people later down the line. So it is in this selfishness that we're able to actually create value. So selfishness is not something that should be held down. It's something that should be embraced so that we can begin our journey through life. Number 2, be shameless. You are a long time dead. You're going to be gone. Sooner or later, you're going to be gone. So if there's something you want, if there's something you dream about, if there's something you desire, and maybe it's a little off the beaten path, a little off the cuff, and people are going to judge you for it because it's unorthodox or gay or odd or whatever you want to call it, who gives a fuck? Get over your pride. Get over your ego. Get over your self-image about what you want other people to think about you. You can't control that. The only thing that you can control is this and what you do in life. So who gives a fuck about what other people think? If there's something that you want, if there's something that you desire, go 100% full force with that. If people judge you for it, good. Fuck them. If people adore you for it. Good. Fuck them. It is your desire. It is your dream. Be shameless in that. Own it. Embrace it. Number 3, be weird. Be weird. Be authentic. Be genuine. Be vulnerable. Be honest. Be true. Most people put on a fake personality. They put on a veneer of some half-ass bullshit that they think people want to see. Be the real you. Be willing to put your unorthodox, your odd, your trivial bullshit out on display. Don't be afraid about what other people will think of you. We are not living in caveman times anymore. You don't have to be worried about being cast from the tribe because you're a bit unorthodox from the rest of the group. You can be your own person. The reality is there is only one of you in the whole world. So take advantage of that and use that and put it into the limelight. The real deal is that most people feel the way you do. Most people have the same thoughts, most people have the same emotions, most people go through their life the same exact way you do. And they're afraid of actually putting their real personality out there. So if you are the one person that shows the world that you can be free, then people want to become a part of that. So embrace that and be weird. Number 4, be brutally honest. Be brutally honest with others, but also be brutally honest with the one person that matters the most, yourself. Because most people are not actually seeing reality for what it is. They have this fog about what they think they are, and they don't actually see themselves for their true, authentic nature. If you want to be someone that has a six-pack, or you want to be someone that can run 3 miles without wheezing, or be able to lift a certain amount of weight, and then you continue to eat Doritos, and you're smashing Coca-Cola, and you're eating processed foods, and you're not getting enough sleep, and you're not actually going to the gym, what do you think is going to happen? The same thing happens with your wealth. You say you want to build a business. You say you want to start saving more money so you can buy a house, so you can get out of debt, so you can cut off all your credit cards, so you don't have to be in a student loan. But then look at your bank account. How many ones? How many zeros? How many digits? Like, what is the real authentic thing that's actually happening in front of you? Then think about your relationships. You say you want to be dating beautiful men or beautiful women or searching for your dream husband or your dream wife. But what are you actually doing to change that? Are you actually going out into social settings and practicing your social skills? Are you working on yourself so you can be more attractive to the opposite sex or the same sex? No discrimination here. And the reality is you must see reality for what it is. You can't live in this fantasy land about who you think you are. You have to be honest with yourself so you can begin to actually move towards your goals and see real progress for what it is. Number 5, be valuable. For most people, they go through high school or maybe even they continue through college and then they just stop. They get their degree and they never invest in themselves again. Your education never stops. From the day you are born till the day that you die, you will constantly be investing in your education, constantly honing your craft, constantly increasing your skill set. You must be valuable in the eyes of others. What do you bring to the table? What type of value are you willing to put forth? Because it is ultimately the craft that you're good at, the skill that you're good at, that you can then push and sell to the world. Be very specific in what you want to be good at, and then become extremely good in that particular craft. And at a bare minimum, it's going to take you 2 long years of hard work in order to become good at something, in order to become so good that you can actually charge people for that particular skill set. So find what it is that you love to do. Find what it is that you can bring to the market. Find what it is that you yourself is valuable in other people's eyes, and practice that craft on a daily basis. Number 6, be interesting. But even more than that, be interested. You have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. Use them accordingly. Be that person who is genuinely curious about how other people think about the world, their mindsets, their dreams, their aspirations. And a great question that you can begin asking people that he uses in the book is that, how do you spend your spare time? Use this as a question in order to figure out what people's true intentions are, what they actually desire to accomplish in this world, and have a genuine desire behind that. If you find yourself being selfish, or if they're on a topic that isn't something that you are necessarily enthralled with, one thing that you can keep in mind is the Robin Hood effect. And that's every single person has a gold nugget in their mind, and it is your job to find what that gold nugget of information is. So actively ask questions. Be curious about what that gold in their head actually is, and find out the thing that you can learn from them to benefit yourself. So stop trying to be this interesting person and start being interested in others. Number 7, be spiteful. Prove them wrong. And he starts with a quote by Dr. Steve Maraboli, and that quote is this: "Don't worry about the haters. They are angry because the truth you speak contradicts the lie that they live." When someone is successful and they've made it, they've gone through the mud, they've gone through the dirt, they've gone through the hardships, they've slept on the futons, they've eaten the ramen noodles, if you will. Most people see that. They don't see all the sacrifice. They don't see the amount of hard work. All they ever see is the end result. And they see that they are not as high on the social hierarchy, on the money scale, on the happiness scale than you are. And that instantly makes you a target for attack. Don't worry about the haters. If you're doing what you desire most, continue to do it. And even more so, if someone tells you that you can't do something, use that as drive to prove them wrong. You're fat, you're overweight, and everyone calls you fat and overweight. You work your ass off. Start lifting weights. Be stronger. Work harder. Get in shape. Your mom or your dad, they tell you you're a failure. You'll never make it. You'll never be an entrepreneur. Prove them wrong. Work 100 hours every single week. Put in the time. Put in the grind. If girls call you a loser, if guys shoo you away like a pest, prove them wrong. Go out. Work on your social skills. Work on being a more attractive man or a more attractive woman. Put in the time. Put in the effort. Prove them wrong. Be spiteful. Number 8, be productive. And he starts it off with a quote by Tim Ferriss. And the quote is this: "Focus on being productive instead of busy." Doing stuff just to do stuff isn't actually going to serve you. Think about the actions that you want to take that is ultimately going to give you a desired result. Practice being productive with your time. An easy way to do this is by making a list. Really simple. Every single day that you wake up, write down 3 things with no more than 5 that you need to complete that very day. And then as you do them, just check them off and begin creating a track record of you being a productive person. Number 9, surround yourself with like-minded people. When you take your success very seriously, there is a great chance you're going to have to leave a lot of your old friends and acquaintances behind. If you're around people that are constantly drinking, constantly doing drugs, constantly trying to party, and you want to move on to that next phase of your life, that next level of success, you're going to have to cut those people out of your life. You are the sum of the 5 people that you hang out with most. So think about that. If you want to be a millionaire, the easiest way for you to be a millionaire is to surround yourself with 5 other millionaires. And you might not start there. You might just start on an internet forum, or you might start in a live event where you go and network with people, or you might go and search for a mentor or a coach that can actually propel you to the success that you need to be at. But the reality of it all is that you're going to have to make sacrifices. You're going to have to put yourself around people that are ambitious, that are successful, that may be kind of daunting for you. You might feel a little, not so at ease like you did with your old friends. But the reality is if you want to move up, if you want to step forward, if you want to take your goals to another level, you're going to need to surround yourself with the types of people with the healthy mindsets that already have achieved those types of successes before. Number 10, be relentless. When you first start getting into entrepreneurship, or you start working on your health and you want that six-pack, or you start going out and you're talking to beautiful men or beautiful women, or you start going out and you start working on accumulating a massive amount of wealth, you are not going to know what you're fucking doing when you first start. So you're just going to be spitballing, just praying to God that one of the things that you do sticks, that resonates with someone. And there's going to be a lot of adversity and a lot of challenges and a lot of learning experiences that you're going to have to go through before you reach your ultimate success. And that's what truly separates people that make it and people that don't make it. Because most people quit. They can't handle the adversity. They can't handle putting their balls on the line over and over and over again and being told, no, 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 not good enough, not good enough, not good enough, not good enough. And that's not to say that you're not testing, you're not seeing what works, what doesn't work. You do a marketing campaign, it goes shitty. You do another one, it works great. Obviously, you gravitate towards what's working, but you're not entitled to the fruits of your action. You're only entitled to the action itself. That's from the Bhagavad Gita. He also talks about being outcome independent, not being dependent on the outcome, just knowing that you're putting in the action, you're doing what's necessary in order to achieve success. It is about being relentless. It is about constantly digging through the dirt and working and working and working and working and working until you finally see what works. When you begin to penetrate into the marketplace, when you start seeing the muscle changes in your body, when you start seeing that men and women are suddenly responding to you in an attractive and great way, when you start to see the numbers on your bank account begin to rise, it takes time, it takes effort, and ultimately it takes you being relentless. And number 11, be nice. And this is how he wraps up the book. Essentially what it means is you should just be nice. You don't have to be a piece of shit. You don't have to be an asshole to make money. You don't have to screw people over. You don't have to be a snake oil salesman. You don't have to sell people a lie. You can be authentic. You can be real. You can be true. Because you don't know when the day will come. Well, maybe your business goes to shit and everything you've worked for is now gone. And you no longer have that money. Are you going to have somebody that you met along the way that you screwed over? Because you weren't nice, because you were thinking about just taking it all for yourself, because you were thinking about, oh, I'll never see this person again, so I'm going to treat them like shit. Treat people with respect. Treat people the way you would want to be treated. So when those days do come, when you're on your back and you're reaching up, maybe somebody will reach down and help you up. And that's all she wrote. Take the things that I've laid out in this review and begin to implement it in your life today. Nobody wants to hear that it's going to take you 2 years in order to accomplish a goal. And that's just at minimum. That's just at minimum 2 years to accomplish your goal. Nobody wants to hear that shit. Nobody wants to hear that it takes hard work, that it takes determination, that it takes massive sacrifice in order to get to where you want to go. But that's what makes it worthwhile. Because if everyone had it, then it wouldn't be worthy. It wouldn't have any value because everyone would already have it. Things in life that are acquired, particularly if you're talking about health and wealth and relationships, it takes hard work and dedication. That's what makes it so amazing in the first place. That's why people view it in such awe and envy, because not everyone has it. So find out what it is that you want and go for it. Nike got it right. Nike got it right. Just do it. Just fucking do it. Everybody has an idea. Everyone talks about what they're going to do, where they're going to travel, what business they're going to start, what body they're going to have, what girlfriend and boyfriend they're going to have. But do they actually have those things? No, they talk about them, but they don't actually take the actions necessary to achieving those goals. So stop talking and start doing. Take the action necessary. Once again, the book is How to Be Fucking Awesome! Sticking a finger up to the law of attraction and a thumb up to action by Dan Meredith. I put a link to the book in the description below. Give it a click. And please make sure to subscribe, like, and or comment. And as always, good fortune to you, my friend. What the fuck am I saying? You fuck! God damn! Ah! Shit! Hey. I get so mad at myself when I make a mistake. Something I'm working on every day.